for?
Years.
Years?
Yeah.
Can we get like a number on that?
Actually, I can remember where it first started developing. It was in 2015.
Okay, so 4 years ago now.
Yeah.
And how are these other areas, because you're getting callus as well here, are they comfortable, or are you kind of...
Now I'm used to it now.
Are you used to it?
On the side where you're touching there.
Mm-hmm.
I think that really started to develop in, I can remember year, actually 2011.
2011? Okay, this is older.
Yeah, it's older. But somehow it just, I don't know, like softened. I don't know what, but I'm used to it now. So it doesn't hurt.
Right. So it's still quite thick on compression. I can feel it, but it's not as thick as I would assume it to be from the way you're telling me. So no problem. And this one here is okay so far?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not too bad. Yeah. Right. So just so you know, I'm going to start with the antibacterial first.
Okay.
I'll be using a scalpel technique on these sort of areas. If it's uncomfortable at any point, just let me know, and I can change it up for you. Other than that, just sit back and enjoy it a little bit.
Thank you.
Slightly cold to start off with. There we go. So let's start off with the callus first.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to be just taking this bit here. I'm going to show you how this feels. How's that? Is that okay?
Yes, fine.
Yeah? Amazing. So that's coming up really nicely. So are you on your feet quite a bit?
Yeah, I'm in musical theater, so I'm constantly on my feet. So we have 8 shows a week. Thursdays and Saturdays is twice a day. So I'm constantly putting pressure on them.
You are definitely a busy bee.
Yeah.
And is it quite high energy sort of performances? Or?
It is.
It is?
Yeah.
That's pretty special.
For about 2.5 hours.
God, 2.5 hours of pounding the feet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying though, your feet are pretty good for 2.5 hours of pounding that often
really?
in a week. So you're going to give yourself a little bit more credit. And how do you normally look after them? What do you do sort of to keep them kind of happy?
Well, moisture is the key, I guess.
Music to my ears.
Yeah, just always making sure they're moisturized because they can dry up pretty quickly, I guess.
Absolutely. And do you drink enough water too?
I do. I'm trying to do it more. I'm really conscious about it because I notice when I'm really dehydrated. Like my skin is the first thing to show it. So, especially in the warmer months, I really, really, really just hydrate.
Absolutely. And are you on show tonight as well?
Yeah, just one tonight. Yesterday I had 2 shows, and then tomorrow I'll have 2.
So you're gonna be fresh for the show today.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Oh, fun! This is exciting. That's really, really good. So hopefully you have a bit of a break from now till when you're on, or is it...
So my warm up begins at 6 o'clock. My physical warm up.
Okay.
So yeah.
I didn't realize. I mean, this makes sense. I don't know why I've never thought about performers actually warming up. Like, genuinely, this is kind of like one of those moments I'm like, why did I even think that wasn't a thing?
Mm-hmm.
Of course people are going to do that.
Absolutely.
So how long does that go on for? Like an hour and a half, maybe?
No, the physical warm-up is 10 minutes.
Oh, that's it? Oh,
yeah,
of course.
And then we do
that's such a silly question of you,
yeah,
isn't
that's
it?
fine. Yeah, then we do a vocal warm-up, and then we go over any notes that we may have as a company, or our director will give us individual notes.
Uh-huh.
And then we just prepare for the show. So we have about, I'd say from there, we have about 45 minutes to prepare.
Wow.
Whether that get some wigs or makeup or costume or all of the above.
Wow, that's really tight for time, huh?
Yeah. Sometimes, depending on how long our notes session goes, we may have less or more. So it differs per day. But it's not a heavily made up show.
Okay.
In terms of makeup, I should say. It's mostly natural makeup.
Oh, nice.
So, we don't have to
spend 2 hours backstage
on paint and all that stuff like other shows do.
And how do you find the person? Wait, have you worked outside of London before?
Yeah. So I'm from New York.
Okay.
I've worked in New York a little bit, not on Broadway, but in smaller theaters. Mm-hmm. And I've mostly done work in Europe, so in Denmark and in Austria. So the UK is my 3rd place, which is not my home.
Welcome.
Thank you.
And how do you find the warm-up process for each place? Is it really different or is it the same?
Actually, yeah. The West End, I'd say the West End probably has the most. What's the adjective I mean? I'll just say in depth because not every theater, not every company requires you to do a group warm up.
Okay.
Whereas Western theaters, that's a thing. It helps, I don't know, kind of bring a sense of community.
Well, see, that's really nice.
Because you don't actually see every single person, even though you're in the same company or same cast. You don't actually get to interact with everyone, depending on what character you are. So there are days that go by and I realize, oh wow, I actually haven't had a conversation with him or her. Yet we are in the same show every day.
Oh, that's insane.
Yeah, warm-ups really, really help with bringing us all together, even if it's just for 20, 30 minutes.
But see, that's really nice because, like, you know, and then it doesn't feel like work, right? Because you kind of build, like, friendships and you'll work better on stage, I'm assuming, because, like, the chemistry is, like, authentic and you guys are...
is key.
Yeah, like, playing with each other, like, you know how it kind of works, you know? You could read each other's cues or things like that. I don't know. Maybe I'm going way into depth into this, but... That kind of makes sense. That's pretty interesting. And so which one do you love the most so far?
What do you mean?
In, like, different countries, which one's your favorite? Go on, you're going to say London.
Yeah, absolutely. No, absolutely. Absolutely London, yeah.
I'd be like, okay, if you don't say London, you're out. I'm just joking, no, it's great.
No, my time here so far has been so fruitful in terms of, I mean, career and outside of that, so.
That's incredible. Are you planning on staying here for...
I am, yeah, this is home now.
Okay.
So, I've been here for, gosh, almost 5 years.
5 years? God. Have you done all the touristic stuff already?
Oh, yeah, I did that way before. Yeah.
Is there, like, I'm a sucker for being a tourist all over again in my own city. Mm-hmm. So is there any place that you kind of love to revisit, even though you know it's like a complete tourist trap?
Oh, you know, the Sky Garden.
Yeah, right?
You can't really beat it, even though it's becoming more and more popular. But it's just so unique. I haven't been to any other place in any other city quite like that.
Huh.
So it's definitely a tourist trap that I recommend to people who haven't been here, haven't been to the Sky Garden yet. Also, I'd say Trafalgar Square, Buckingham Palace. Mm-hmm. I mean, you know, Buckingham Palace is not actually bad. I mean, every time I've been, of course, there's loads of people there, but it never feels like, oh gosh, get me out of here.
I agree with you.
I don't know, maybe it's because it's just out in the open, but it's beautiful. The pictures that you can get are great.
And it just kind of feels like you're in a whole different part of the world, doesn't it? Kind of like secluded, even though it's like traffic, but it doesn't feel like you're stuck in the hustle and bustle of like Oxford Street or something.
Or Leicester Square.
Oh, that, yeah. That's serious bustle.
Right, exactly. Oh, especially Oxford Circus.
I'll tell you, like, it's one place that I really, really like. I don't know if you know it, actually. In St. Paul's. Do you know St. Paul's?
Yeah.
Right? So, like, there's a place, like, not too far from there. It's like a little sort of I want to say it's like a shopping little mall type thing. I don't even think it's a mall.
Yeah.
And there's, like, Madison's upstairs.
Yes.
And you get the most beautiful view from the rooftop.
I've only been there once.
Oh, it's so great. Like, especially when Wimbledon's on, like, you know, they put the game on and you can just watch it and then you can watch the sunset. It's stunning. Like, yeah, that would be like my little hidden gem. Well, it's not hidden anymore. Everyone else heard this, so. I'm getting the influx going all through that side.
I think one of my favorite touristy things to do and show people is just all of South Bank. And usually, like, the walk, I would start at Borough Market.
Oh, yeah?
And walk towards Waterloo. And just having a stroll along the river. And
have you been to the restaurant in London Bridge? It's just by the Borough Market called Padella.
No, but I've walked by it all the time. Is it good?
Oh my god. Please, go and queue for that food.
Really?
It's incredible. It's fresh pasta. It's a tiny place,
Yeah.
but it's so worth it. It is probably one of the best Italians I've had in London. Honestly, if I had more time and I wasn't working so much, I would be there almost every day. You know, I should really stop giving away my favorite spots.
Especially for everybody.
It's like I'm no longer going to be able to get a seat. I'm going to be like, hey. Right, so now I'm going to go for the corn that's in the center.
Okay.
Okay, let me know how you're doing. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, and I will check afterwards just to see how that's feeling, and you can let me know. Okay? Here we go. Oh, he's got a deep one. Right. There we go. That's the bulk of it. I'm going to see if I can catch it for you so I can show you. There's still a little bit more there. No! Check that out. Spider-Man sort of reflexes. See that tiny little corn? Well, I say tiny, but it's not tiny. It's deep, but you can see that one there on top of my finger. So that's the bulk. And I'm going to clear out all the inside to make sure there's nothing else sitting in there, okay?
Sure.
Yeah. How's that feeling? So is that okay?
Feeling great.
Amazing. It's coming out like a dream. Yeah. You got a lot of callus sitting around the edges too, so that's just being cleared as well.
So what's the difference between calluses and corns?
Okay, so good question. Callus and corns are essentially both made from hard skin.
Yeah.
But callus is more sort of on the upper layers that can be debrided quite easily. Corn is something where the pressure is more localized to one spot, and when it's localized to one spot, the hard skin that builds up has an embedded appearance. So the corn has to be taken out. That's what it looks like. You have like a little hole in the foot, and that's where the corn will be sitting. So that needs to be removed, because if you just take off the upper parts, which is the callus, you're still not going to get the relief because it's still embedded in the skin.
Right. Okay.
Does that make more sense?
It does. It does.
Now, I remember before my very first video, I described a corn being like an ice cream. And some people got the analogy, some people didn't. So I actually explained the analogy of what the ice cream was. Okay. So I'm going to tell you, let me know what you think of it.
Yeah.
Okay? So as I described it, I said the ice cream on top of a classic looking ice cream cone is the callus, right? Okay. And the cone itself is the corn that needs to be removed. Does that make sense to you? Okay. Or are you kind of confused?
No, I get, yeah.
I relate everything to food, so that's my way of putting it for visualization. And straight up callus for me is definitely homemade Parmesan. You see it now, don't you? Yeah. So who's going to Italian?
Right. We just spoke about that place.
I know, right? There we go. How are you feeling? Is that still comfy?
Yeah, it's fine.
Good.
It's fine. Nothing excruciating.
Good. There we go. Just on that little center part there. I'm sorry if this is slightly uncomfortable, just because it's slightly deeper.
Okay.
But you should be good. There we go. Still good?
Yeah. I just always thought corns were just on the toes. I didn't realize.
Oh my god, corns can be everywhere. When I say everywhere, on the foot.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily mean you're going to get corns randomly on your leg. But definitely the foot, on the toes, can be on the side of the heel as well. I've had you can get corns underneath your toenails too.
What?
So we call them some fungal corns. And they can be really painful. They're quite nasty little things that can form up, and you can imagine then the pressure from the nail as well, and the corn, and poor things when they come in and they have the pain from that. I've actually had that once myself. Many years ago. I bought a pair of trainers that just did me no favors whatsoever with that toe, and within less than 4 weeks I had one. And that was one of those moments where you realize when you have something, you can sympathize with your clients. You know how it feels. You're like, right, I know how that feels. It's not fun. And but no, when it's out, it's great, because once it's out, you're like pain free, happy, running around, no problem. Right. I'm gonna check that out. Now that is looking as clear gets. But I always like to do a little test. So how's that feeling now? Nice and comfortable, right?
Yeah.
No tenderness whatsoever. Well, you get a little bit of tenderness, but no sharpness of what I mean. Yeah? Perfect. Amazing. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use a little machine afterwards, but the main process of what needs to come out is all done for you, okay?